I'm going to touch upon a couple of the major points. We're going to move on to strengths. The product is a revolutionary product. It's pretty much one of its only kind, and it's a new product in the HVAC market in Canada. So we're going to have first mover advantages, as Max said, and we're also going to have a lot of publicity. The product is very energy efficient. It appeals to the green-oriented customers, and Canadians actually pride themselves in being very environmentally friendly. We also will not have many legal barriers, only because in phase 1 we're going to be working with an indirect exporter who already has built relationships with Canadian entities, Canadian government entities, that we won't have to face a lot of customs procedures. The weaknesses. We're a new product. We have no brand recognition. We have to create awareness of the product, especially in the HVAC market in Canada. The product also, we don't have very much experience going into international markets. We've only had the product involved in Sweden, and this is our first time moving outside of Sweden. So it's a first-time experience. We have to build a new marketing strategy. Everything is pretty much brand new. Opportunities. We will be able to increase our market share and establish a brand name. Also, we will have unfulfilled customer needs. Customers are looking for a product that's environmentally friendly. So they want a product that will be easy to adjust with the climate changes that occur in Canada, especially in Winnipeg and Vancouver. So this product will be well sought out. Also, the product will allow us to build relationships with other entities, other governmental entities, and other organizations, which will then help us with gaining exporting advantages and increasing our market share. This will all then lead to helping us in phase 2 with having a joint venture with Honeywell or whichever other organization that we see fit. Finally, we have threats. Because of the economic downturn that's currently going on, going green is a little bit more on the expensive side, especially in the short run. So many customers that do not have the disposable income that they need for the product will not be able to buy it, even though they are interested in it. Also, there might be a problem with increasing our market share. Let's say, for example, we don't have the infrastructure necessary to promote our product and actually implement it in the Canadian market, then we won't be able to have our product really just integrate itself into the market. And then if it doesn't work out in Canada, our exit barriers are really high because the product that is already in some of these buildings will have to maintain that, but also have to go back to Sweden, and just the cost will be really high. So that's our SWOT analysis.
Brand strategy, there's really no brand recognition in Sweden simply because we don't currently deal to the end consumer. We have partners over there that we distribute through, so there's really no household name for our SMHI and WeatherSync. In Canada, similarly, there's zero recognition, so we're neither standardizing nor adapting our brand strategy. It's interesting because we can create and build, when we get over to Canada, a basically brand new brand image. So that's exciting, first of all. There are a couple of characteristics that we want to follow by. One being that we are environmentally friendly. We want to jump on this green movement in Canada and line ourselves with that initiative. Second of all, we are economically efficient. We do save you money in the long run. That's another plus. Third of all, we are unique and revolutionary product. That's another thing we want to affiliate ourselves with. And finally, we do want to promote WeatherSync as the product to take the Canadians and Swedish people into a brighter and better future. We're going to do this, as we see in the next slide, in what we call a campaign tool, the 3 E's. Economically efficient, environmentally friendly, and energy conservation. That's what we're going to do in all of our advertising and promoting campaigns. Those are the 3 E's we want to promote heavily. This is to give you an example of how we want to promote a brighter and better future for Canadians and Swedes. This is our go-to slogan. We can make a difference for tomorrow, today. And that's the brand strategy.
Okay, now I'm going to talk about the 4 P's and how it applies to each of our 2 phases. First off, as you know, SMHI WeatherSync is a cool, revolutionary product that controls indoor climates for buildings of 5,000 meters square or larger. Phase 1, we have a standardized product for the large residential properties that is going directly to the contractors who build the buildings and install the product. Phase 2, we have a differentiated product that's geared toward individual consumers that's going to help us with Honeywell's distribution channels. You can see in this graph, it's going to show you basically, on the left you have WeatherSync. It shows you that basically annually you can save up to 10% conserving energy. On the right is a regular radiator system. For phase 1, we're going to indirectly export using an exporting agent in Sweden, so we can eliminate us having to deal with customs procedures and exporting paperwork. They also have a lot of experience, so they're going to help us get into the market. Okay. SEK is the Swedish export credit system. They're going to help us finance getting into Canada by exporting. Phase 2, we're going to have a joint venture with Honeywell. Basically, this allows us to go from the business to the consumer. We're going to use Honeywell. We're going to use their distribution channels. They're going to actually produce the product for us and distribute it to not only the end consumer, the high niche product, to the high end consumer, but also to our previous contractors from phase 1.
Okay, so now we have our price. We're going to base our pricing decisions on how costly it is for us. So as we increase market share and we gain economies of scale, the cost will be cheaper for us. However, in phase 1, we're going to have a fixed installation fee, and we're going to have standardized prices for all the buildings that we have our product go into. The prices will range between $600 to $2,400 US. In phase 2, we're going to have a differentiated brand strategy, pricing strategy according to the target segmentation. So that means according to demographics and location. However, we want to maintain our premium pricing strategy, so we also we want to maintain a greater profit margin. So we're going to still gear towards those high net worth clients. Here's a chart that explains our gains and losses. As you can see, the first year we're going to have an initial cost of 1,300 euros, and then every year after that is going to be $2,000 fixed cost. However, the savings are going to be about 3,525. So the first year you're having a net gain of 225, but then the years after that it's going to be about 1,525. So this is going to be a very economically efficient product.
Promotion. We're going to have 2 separate promotional campaigns based on our specific phases. First is going to be completely oriented on a push strategy, and it's completely focused on creating and fostering and maintaining strong relationships with our 9 contractors. This is going to revolve around certain incentive packages just to solidify relationships with them. These incentive packages, even though logistics are going to be worked out when we actually start talks with them, they're going to vary from maybe we'll cover FOB destination, which